I've been dying to do this one.
It sounds funny. It sounds like it's going to be funny.
Joining me tonight is Matthew Duenas.
All right.
Yeah. We served together in Norfolk, part of the Harbor Unit. And we have a funny story to tell you. Well, I have a funny story to tell. And he hasn't heard this yet. But
no.
It's relevant because he knows the people we're talking about. So, before I got out of the Navy, I was fortunate enough to be in a staff position helping new sailors come to the command.
Yeah.
You know, I was the check-in guy, basically. And I could do a whole episode on stories about them, probably. But one of the perks of having that position was anytime they needed bodies to help out with, like, OC or NLW courses, they would always come by and be like, hey, how many people can you give? And what that also meant was I got to go watch every OC course take place. Because all of, if my check-ins are going, I'm going to be there too.
Yeah,
If they're
show support.
Yeah, if they're getting beat up, I'm going to go show support. Well, this one particular day, they were doing an ASF class, which is like a bunch of people who were, they were not MAs. They weren't military police. They were other jobs, but they were doing the training so that they could stand in a position, for, military police duties and such. Right. And I know you understand this, but I'm just explaining it to maybe someone who doesn't.
I get you.
Well, anybody who carries pepper spray in either the civilian sector or the military, they have to be sprayed by it before they can carry it.
Which, by the way, hurts like hell. It's
a miserable, miserable feeling. It's really bad.
I've heard women who've had 3 kids be like, I'd rather have another fucking kid.
Yes.
They get sprayed.
They compare it to the gas chamber. I would rather be gassed every day.
Yeah.
But, here are these people, not military police, not law enforcement, and they are going through a course that, it has several stations on it. And I think the first one is they have to do a takedown, and then they stand between 2 guys, and they have to fight them both off, and then they have to fight someone else with a baton. And then the final course, or the final checkpoint of this evolution, is to fight someone called Redman. Redman is usually just some guy in the class who was voluntold to gear up and just get tossed around by 30 participants.
Who are all in pain, by the way.
Right, who are in a panic, fighting. Well, on this one particular day, a guy named Chief Miller volunteered to be the Redman.
Jesus.
Now, why that's funny is because this guy knows how to fucking fight.
Not only that, he's huge. He's an albino silverback.
He's built like a fucking mansion.
Yeah.
Right?
He's literally a cloud
and
on steroids.
And he is he's an American badass. Like, he's always driving old muscle cars.
Hunts elk.
Dude, he's a trip. He's a great guy.
Yeah.
But more pertinent to the story is he knows how to fight. Right? So you have these 30 sailors who one at a time are being sprayed in the face, and they're freaking out. They're like, oh shit, this hurts.
Yeah.
And then they go station to station getting whacked in the face with training batons, and they're just having one of the worst days ever of their lives. And then the final boss of the whole thing is this really big chief.
Yeah.
And
I can imagine he looks pretty big as the Redman.
Dude, he fucked these guys up. There's no beating around it. Like, the guy would approach an MA2. I'm not going to say his name because I haven't cleared it with him, but he was there. Commands, come on, tell him what to do. And Chief just started punching the guy in the face. Dude, he just started beating the shit.
Oh my God.
He beat the piss out of these people. And, I mean, he is not letting up. There's a crowd of people who haven't been sprayed yet, and they're just watching. Oh my fucking God. Dude, he's beating the brakes off of people. Oh, and he took their baton and started hitting them with it.
Holy shit.
He was going crazy.
If you were there, women, children.
If you were there for this class, he was going to make you fight for it.
Was there any reason why he did that? Or he just...
Well, yeah. And he had a good point. He had kind of like a train like you fight mentality.
Okay.
And also,
I get that.
you know, if they ever actually had to go hands-on with somebody, I'm not going to take it easy on them.
Oh,
you know?
okay.
And ultimately, he let them all win, as you're supposed to.
It wasn't like an ego thing.
No,
he
was like, have some good training today, guys.
just cracking his knuckles.
And he got into it. Imagine that you had just been pepper sprayed in the face with OC spray. Your face is on fire, and then you just have this enormous dude. All you can see is this dude hitting you in the face. It's not an exaggeration. Anybody who's been through it or has witnessed it, there's normally 1 or 2 people in the class who have a complete mental breakdown. Like, they get sprayed, and they just freak out.
Yeah.
And they think... I don't know.
They just quit.
They think they're gonna die, or they quit. They say, "I don't want to do this."
The funniest ones are like, "I can't breathe," and this instructor's like, "You're breathing right now."
Yes. We could probably do an episode on OC. It's kind of unrelated to this.
I've been sprayed 3 fucking times.
That's ridiculous. Well, on this one particular day, he made everyone fight for it. He didn't hold back, and he made these people work for it.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And it was one of the best Fridays I'd had. I had the check-ins. They were like, "MAT too. Are we gonna have to do this sometime?" And I was like, "No, don't worry. They changed the policy. You know, new guidance came out. You're good. Don't worry."
Yeah.
Yeah. Everyone in line was like, "I regret ever signing up for this class." But yeah, no. This chief, he's still active duty. He's still changing lives.
Yeah.
I never actually worked for him. But I worked in the same building, you know?
Yeah.
But he was a great guy.
Yeah.
He's a goon. Yeah, I'm glad.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
I'm glad that our paths crossed. He's a great chief.
Oh, absolutely.
That's the story.
That's a good story.
Yeah.